Mountain News, First at 4, continues.
Good afternoon to you. I'm Dakota Makeris. Well, first at 4, we've got showers pushing through the mountains this afternoon, but as soon as tomorrow, we may be facing a threat for severe weather. Evan Hatter begins our severe weather alert day coverage.
That's right, Dakota. We continue to watch a few showers starting to work back into the western portions of the area this afternoon. Some of that rain could be heavy at times. However, it's not this particular batch that we are concerned about. It's as we head into tomorrow that we have to keep an eye on the potential for severe weather. I-64 at Moorhead outside right now. You see, we've had some rain earlier. We're dry for the moment, but more rain pushing in. London Corbin Airport, plane on the runway, and you can see there they've seen some rain at the airport at this hour. Upper 50s at the moment. Temperatures around the region, middle and upper 50s, even a few low 60s working into the region. So we're between 5 and 10 degrees below average this afternoon thanks to all the cloud cover. You can see some heavier rain working along the I-64 corridor right now. If you're traveling from maybe Moorhead over to Lexington or even Louisville, they're seeing some heavy rain along Interstate 64 right now. Some lighter rain showers pushing into places into the Kentucky River Valley. Pockets of heavy rain northern Estill County into portions of Powell County and even into portions of Morgan County right now. Right on top of West Liberty, seeing some heavier showers at the moment. This isn't all, though. We look to the south. We're looking at strong to severe thunderstorms across the deep south. Thanks to this low pressure in our region, watching several tornado warnings across Georgia and South Carolina, one potentially causing some major damage in Allendale, South Carolina. That's west of Charleston. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that as we head through the evening hours. Keep that WIMT weather app handy. Showers do increase as we head into the nighttime hours. We're in the middle and upper 50s, and we don't fall a whole lot overnight. I'll have the latest on our severe weather threat and when we could see some sunshine return to the forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Dakota?
All right, Evan, thank you again. Well, today, President Joe Biden and former President Barack Obama reunited at the White House to mark the 12th anniversary of the Affordable Care Act, sometimes called Obamacare. Well, the president also laid out a proposal to rule change to the landmark legislation that could give financial relief to families struggling to pay for health care. Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
Vice President Biden, Vice President, that was a joke.
For the first time since leaving the White House, former President Barack Obama returned to talk about his signature health care law 12 years after signing it.
Nothing made me prouder than providing better health care and more protections to millions of people across this country.
President Biden issued an executive order directing federal agencies to do all they can to expand quality and affordable health care. He also announced a proposed change to the Affordable Care Act to expand coverage and fix what's become known as the family glitch. Under the proposed rule, if a workplace plan for a family costs more than 10% of the family's income, the employee's spouse and children would be able to get help through the ACA marketplace.
Working families in America will get the help they need to afford full family coverage.
The rule wouldn't go into effect until January of next year, and the White House hasn't yet said how much it will cost the government to fix the glitch or how to pay for it.
It's estimated that 200,000 presently uninsured Americans are going to gain coverage. Nearly 1 million Americans will see their coverage become more affordable.
Enrollment into 2022 Affordable Care Act medical plans reached record highs due to expanded subsidies during the COVID-19 pandemic. Those additional subsidies are set to expire at the end of this year. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, today, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris called on Congress to make the pandemic-era subsidies permanent. The president has also proposed more efforts to boost health care coverage through his big social spending Build Back Better bill, but that legislation remains stalled in the U.S. Senate. Well, Pikeville Medical Center has announced a lot of developments and high-tech advancements over the years, but today, the hospital unveiled a new piece of equipment that is anything but. Our buddy Forbes has more about something that is considered a key piece of Pikeville history.
Pikeville Medical Center showcased its newest fixture today as a partnership with Big Sandy Heritage Center brings the hums of history to the hospital's halls. A grand piano, which once sat at the Dills York or Creekmore Mansion on the University of Pikeville campus, now stands as its own corner of history at PMC, highlighting an 1800s instrument from the same campus that was instrumental in the hospital's start almost 100 years ago.
So we are looking back at the history of Pikeville Medical Center and forward to the future. And we are so happy that our friends at the Big Sandy Heritage Museum offered to let us have this wonderful piece on display here at Pikeville Medical Center.
Representatives with the hospital say they hope to tune and restore the piano to its former glory and eventually use it during special functions. In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, you can hear more about the piano and its significance to the city's growth coming up tonight at 5:30. Well, one trail system in Floyd County is preparing for high traffic this weekend. The Sugar Camp Mountain Trails in Prestonsburg is playing host to its first ever sanctioned mountain biking event in the Bluegrass Mountain Cup on Sunday, April 10th. Prestonsburg city officials are excited to host the event and say 150 to 200 participants have already signed up for Sunday's race. Along with Sunday's race is the Sugar Camp Shuttle Saturday at 10 a.m. on April 9th, allowing folks to enjoy the downhill thrills without worrying about pedaling uphill.
We realized early on we had to find an alternative to coal economy. And the key to it was we understand that tourism will never replace what coal was in the day. Now, coal's made a comeback, that's great, but we still have tourism as an added supplement.
City officials say these trails are not for beginners, but all are welcome to come out to enjoy the views, grab lunch with the vendors at the event, or cheer on the bikers. We'll have more from Sugar Camp Mountain coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. Well, a half dozen firefighters who rushed to Hatcher Mountain to fight the fire found themselves fighting to survive. Well, one of them tells Gwendolyn Dupree he's lucky to be here to tell the story.
Intense flames.
I've never seen nothing like it before in my life.
Rising high enough to face a 5-story building and wide enough to trap 6 trained volunteer firefighters on Hatcher Mountain.
You know, we didn't think we'd live to tell this story, but good Lord graced us, and here we are.
Telling that story is 15-year Northview Kodak fire captain Dustin Wilhite. He says he and a crew of other fire volunteers from different East Tennessee departments were tasked to go to the top of the mountain to attack the wildfire from causing harm to others, with only enough time to park. They were instead fighting for their own lives.
It was just like a whirlwind, and there was fire all around, and I can just say one thing, there was a great group of guys up there.
Their best and only line of defense, hours worth of training.
The big thing is to get to the black. Well, everything was still burning. We couldn't see no black. So the dozer cut us a road through the fire down off the side of the mountain. We slid down and we got down there in a gravel parking lot. And then that's when me and my lieutenant, we started calling, you know, our Mayday.
In the midst of the unknown, Captain Wilhite made what he thought would be his last call home to his wife and kids.
I was nervous. I'm just glad that he's standing here today.
Personal items, gear, and fire trucks were all left behind and burned. But there's something the captain says he took home, a lesson for the eyes watching, wanting to fill his shoes.
You don't have to help other people. I just want to be a good person in life.
Always remember it, you know. Always be ready. Always be ready.
An intense way to say be safe.
That was Gwendolyn Dupree reporting. The Pittman Volunteer Fire Chief tells us at least 4 East Tennessee fire trucks from separate departments were all burned. Well, every year, more than 50 million Americans deal with some kind of allergy. Gardening experts emphasize that being outdoors for longer periods means knowing how to manage exposure to higher amounts of pollen. Blooming flowers are producing pollen, which you can monitor through a daily pollen count if you're worried about going outside and suffering from symptoms. To help ease itchy eyes and a runny nose, doctors recommend.
There's several different nasal sprays. We focus on ones called nasal steroid sprays. That would be the examples would be Nasonex, Nasacort, Flonase. Generics out there are available for many of those too.
Well, here's some more tips. You can take over-the-counter medicines or visit an allergist if your symptoms are really bad. 5 Florida cities, including Jacksonville, soon will see billboards criticizing the passage of the so-called Don't Say Gay bill. The campaign was launched by New York City Mayor Eric Adams. The purpose of the campaign is to tout Adams' support of the LGBTQ+ community. According to a news release was sent out Monday. Well, Kristen Rary reports.
Ill-founded, not gonna work.
The mayor of New York City announced billboards denouncing the parental rights in education law, or as critics call it, the Don't Say Gay law, will be put up in 5 cities across Florida, including right here in Jacksonville.
I can't say that I'm surprised. This has been a mechanism that many governors and mayors across the county have used to recruit people to come to their cities.
The digital billboards will have 5 separate displays saying gay and encouraging Floridians to move to the Big Apple. Following the announcement, the governor's office released a statement saying, in part, if anyone is so upset about our governor defending parental rights that they want to leave Florida for a crime-ridden socialist dystopia, our state will be better off without them. Monday, state legislators say they agree with the governor's statements.
If they want to leave, they can go. I mean, if people want to go to New York because that's the kind of lifestyle they want to lead, more power to them. That's not right for me and my family.
Even citing New York City's high crime rates.
If they would be more happy under that, those conditions, those living conditions that I just articulated, more power to them.
Local Democratic leaders also encourage people to stay in Florida.
Well, I'm a lifelong Floridian. I plan on staying in Florida. And I would encourage other people to do so.
But for a different reason.
Because the only way we can change these hateful policies is if we stay, we vote, and we elect candidates and officials that truly speak to our issues.
The signs encouraging the move will be up this week through May 29th in 5 cities across Florida.
Well, coming up here on Mountain News First at 4, if you can't sleep at night, well, you could be gaining weight.
The showers and storms work back into the region as we head into tomorrow, some of which could be on the strong side. I'll have those details coming up.